Oh my god, I'm dancing!
Wait, you're dancing! We're emoting! Thank you, Riot!
Hello there, stranger. I'm Justin, and today Nanomite is out and Aura by OneTap is in. We have a few things to talk about as well. The esports pick'ems are here, and the prize for the top 50% is the Pocket Killjoy Buddy, and then for the top 20%, it's a gold version of that, which is pretty cool. This won't be news to you console players out there, but for PC players of Valorant, we now finally have a new inventory menu, which is so crazy. But we have about a minute until the Aura by OneTap collection comes out. But before we get into all of that, I just wanted to say that I missed you guys a lot. Truly. You are the only people who asked if I was alive and if I was okay and where I went and stuff like that. So, you know, I really appreciate you and I hope that you've been well too. If you'd like to know more about where I've been, you can look here. I think we should get down to business though. And here we are. Put Auto Performance, 5 years, 5 songs, Aura by OneTap, coming in at a price of 9,900 VP, which is honestly pretty surprising because you look at a collection like Spectrum, which has a lot in common with this new bundle, and this was 10,000 VP or more. I can't remember the exact price, but it was definitely over 10,000 VP if memory serves correctly. This is the price breakdown if you care. Nice. There is 9 items in total, 1 buddy, card, spray, and flex, which I'm really excited about. And then of course, 5 skins, a vandal, a phantom, a sheriff, an operator, and a melee. Let's go through and favorite and equip everything. Cool. We'll also put on the flex. When I say that there are some caveats with the pricing of this bundle, I'm referring to the upgrades because there is 4 upgrades in total. And at first I was just like, okay, it's 10 Radiant for each, as it usually is. And then the variance would be 15 Radiant, but there's no variance with this. So that means that the 5th level of this, which again, try to keep up here, okay? So level 4 is the finisher. Usually the final upgrade of any item in this game is going to be the finisher. With this, it's not. You can get the finisher and save the Radiant, but with this, the final upgrade is going to cost 25 Radiant in total, and that gives you all of the variants that you can switch through in any given round of a game. If you do the math, that's like 5 Radiant per variant versus if it were to be 15 Radiant for each individual variant. There's 4 with this one. So you do the math, that's like 60 Radiant versus the 25. We're gonna upgrade it up to level 4. You see 30 Radiant. See, cool. We have the finisher and everything on this. But then you can see we have level 5, which is the song shuffle. We go to that, and that is an additional 25 Radiant. And remember, we are doing everything fully upgraded in this, so let's just stop talking about it and do it in order. So I am curious to see what the upgrades for the melee will be because we have the first upgrade, which is 10, so we'll do that. And actually, let's see, what is this called? So yeah, this is just for the animations, and then Song Shuffle, which again will give you all those variants in the music and stuff like that. It's still 25. So I think that's a little bit crazy for this to be 25. And again, it's so weird because it's almost like it's a lot, but it's not a lot because you get all the variants. I truly don't know how to feel about it, but we are doing it. Okay, real quick, I would just like to point out that, again, console players have had this since console Valorant came out, but this being on PC is super exciting. So you could, again, you know, depending on how much skins you own, you know, whether it be Battle Pass stuff or whatever, you could type in exactly what you're looking for, and look, there it is, just right there on the screen. Now, again, if I want to put on the Reaver buddy, look, I just type in Reaver. There it is, it's that simple. If I wanted to do, let's see, Neptune, there it is. It's that simple now, and this is how it should have been on day 1. And again, even if you didn't know what the name of something is, the list is just so much better. You can go through this entire thing, and it's convenient. I really, really like this a lot, and we needed this for such a long time. However, let's go take a look at everything now. They heavily insinuated that teammates can hear the air horn, so. Oh, he can't hear it, dude. That sucks. It's playing like every song all at once right now, I'm pretty sure.
Did you inspect it in between?
Oh my god, I'm dancing!
Wait, you're dancing! We're emoting! Thank you, Riot! We're finally emoting in Valorant.
All right, as you guys saw, when you preview the stuff, or tried to at least in customs, there is a lot going on. So we're here where it's much quieter now in the range. So let's just go and listen to and look at all the animations with this stuff, because there is a lot to see with this, like a lot. Of course, we're gonna start in order here. So with this bundle in mind, not only is it a music bundle, which everybody knows that, this is a musical bundle. There's a difference. Everything that you do with this, every little motion that you make with this, or if you fire, everything will do something musical. So let's go and demonstrate. What does that mean? It's always going to be playing music, no matter what you're doing, or at least some kind of note. And that reload too is just too clean. But again, that's the big overarching theme with this collection, is that everything will do music with this. And remember, there is no variance with this, so what does one do? Well, you inspect it, it's that simple. And again, every time you switch the variants, all the sounds, firing sounds, everything will be different. And this is just really insane because it's, again, you don't need to equip anything. This is all just right there available to you. If you want it, you've got it. That reload is just too clean too.
Look at my eyes, what do you see? I'm more than average, man.
I really, really don't like that song. I don't know if it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but I really don't like that song. That is like Playboy Cardi at home, and yeah. This is the one I'm the most excited about because, you know, it's just the Valorant song, dude. It's the Valorant song we all know and love. So cool, dude. And that is it. And another little fun thing that you can do with this, which I don't know if you're going to really want to do that or not, but you can literally just go through all of these variants pretty quickly, so. Like, this is almost like a melee. Like, the way that you inspect this is literally the way that you would inspect a melee in this, which is just kind of crazy to think about, you know? Anyways, we have some things to look at still. We're going up next to the Phantom. See, it's pretty cool, dude. You will also notice that the reload is the same as Neo Frontier. So Neo Frontier for a really long time for the Phantom was a 1-of-1 animation for the reload. You know, no longer. It's on this now. I think this variant will definitely be the most popular for sure. It's a really cool song, and it's like the most bassy of them. Oh, man. And see, again, everything you do with this just makes some kind of sound. Okay, okay. It's interesting because this one is definitely really close to the actual Phantom sound, but it's kind of like a snare drum almost. It sounds almost like some kind of drum. It's pretty cool. Let's listen again. It's just cool. I really like it. They did a good job with this stuff for sure. Onto the Vandal now. Very, very laser-like. That reload as well, that's pretty cool. That's custom, that's brand new, 1-of-1 with this. That reload is just so clean. I definitely think, I don't know if this is the most popular look, but I think that people will like this song the most. The bass is just so cool on this song. It sounds really good. Wow. Definitely closest to the default Vandal sound. I will say something I'm noticing right now about this is that the buddy, this is the ORA Rhino buddy. It doesn't change with this, which, you know, whatever. Like, kind of doesn't really matter too much, I guess. But, you know, I was expecting it to kind of change a little bit, but we're not going to knock it for that. I was very much expecting this to sound a lot like RES with sort of that, that like audio tearing sound that likes to do. At least one of these will sound like it, if not all of them. This one really wasn't like that, but let's listen to the reload now. Oh, that reload is clean. Like, look at this. Hold up, one more time. Love that little flip. Y'all sit back here and watch me speak. About to take over your screen. Kind of interesting. That's a very long sound. Again, one of these is going to be like identical to RES. I just know it. Like, there's no way it's not going to be. Okay. Just love the bass on that one so much. See, that's RES, dude. That's RES. What did I tell you? God, I really don't like that song. That is like actually like Diet Playboy Cardi. And that is just actually the RES sound effect. Now, regardless of how you may feel about the song with this or the sounds, whatever, I think the look on this one is one of the cooler looks for all of this for sure. I really love the blue and white stripes. That is just too sick. And now all we have left to look at is the melee. So I do believe that to get this to change the variance, it's not going to work at the range. You actually have to go to a custom. So what we're going to do first, we're going to do that. Don't you worry. Let's look at this. It is super unfortunate that this just simply doesn't work. Like, you know, teammates can't hear this. Maybe they can and I'm just wrong about it and there's some setting that I have off or on. But it appears that your teammates can't hear this. And as a community, we probably aren't good enough to have that. But again, flexes as an item in Valorant are not good enough as they are. Because the entire point is supposed to be the interactions that you create with your teammates. With other players, with enemies, anybody. And you just really don't get that from these flexes. It is just unfortunate. But, you know, let's take a look at everything. Inspect is really cool. I do like that this really shows off the agent that you're using's hands. That's pretty good. And, you know, you have the airhorn sound effect. You very much could annoy your teammates with this and maybe even the enemy, but since nobody can hear it, to my knowledge at least, you could just annoy yourself with it. Well, yeah, that is the air horn. We also have some sprays to look at here, just one, but there is two. We'll get into that. So, for those of you who don't know, this is technically supposed to be Ego 2.0 for some reason. I don't really know why this is Ego 2.0, aside from just the Rhino, I guess. But if you look at the Ego spray, the actual just Ego 1 spray, you know, it's the same sort of concept. As the Rhino, it'll say it in a different language. It says whatever it says. So, that's the whole point of this, is that it says, like, whatever the phrase for this is in a different language. It's the exact same for this new one here. So, you know, that's pretty cool, I guess. It's a good sign, in my most humble opinion, that when the spray is the weakest part of your bundle, the bundle is probably really good. We've seen this in the past with like Neo Frontier. I think that this so far is really, really good. We are going to grade this at the end, but let's go into a custom now and take a look at the melee. Alrighty, here we are at a custom, so let's take a look at the melee now, which again, same thing. Remember, this is all based off of the sounds, and there's lots of little details with all this stuff. So here we go. See, when you swing, not only can you see little text inside of the swing, you can also hear that it's a sound bite from the song that we're on currently. And then we inspect, which will have a unique inspect, and then it changes it. Pretty cool. Do it again. Now, I don't know exactly what you have to do to change the text on the inside of the item that you're using, because you can do that. I've seen varying... Again, when you swing, you can see the text there. I'll slow it down for you. I've seen when you swing this that the text is different. I don't know how you change that, or maybe it's just bugged because we're in a custom, but that is a thing. So, you know, just be aware of that. That's so cool. Love that. From the Valorant one. That is such a cool concept for the sounds of this. Every swing being different. And we're just back on default again. So, you know, this is like the ultimate audio collection. Like, in terms of, you know, just sounds and all that, like, if you are really, really into the sounds of something, this is probably for you. It's not just musical, it's very, very audible in all ways that it can be. And I'm probably not allowed to say this. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but be expecting some more audio type stuff to come out soon. Okay, so here is the current buddy for this, as we've seen throughout the entire video. This is the Aura buddy, but if we go and we search up the Ego buddy, it's like the alpha beta version of the Aura Rhino. So, you know, it just kind of is what it is. If we go back here, you know, they really up the swag of this character, so to speak. I want to see what Ego's card looked like. Again, just the Rhino. It's weird. It's like they took this and they just upgraded it sort of way beyond what the original Ego was. However, we are going to rate this out of 5, as we usually do. This bundle, in my most humble opinion, is a 5 out of 5. No hesitation. And this comes with the caveats that we talked about, with the final upgrade being 25, which, again, that's sort of pricey, but in terms of what you get for this, I do think it's fair. I worry about the future, though, as I've said, but 5 variants for 25 Radianite, which you can just change at any given point in the game that you're playing without needing to equip it, I think is really insane. It shows how far the technology for this game has come. And really, truthfully, this is a 5 out of 5 for me. Everything has unique reloads, everything has sounds, everything has unique finishers. This is a top of the line, just crazy, just bundle with everything in it that you could ever ask for. And a really huge plus of this is that it includes a Phantom as well as a Vandal. So if you are a smoke character, like if you play Viper only, you can just go and buy the Phantom only if that's what you want to have. If that's what you have the money for, is just the Phantom and not everything else in this bundle, you can get just the Phantom. If you are a Vandal main only and you just want the Vandal, just get the Vandal, dude. It doesn't even matter. Comparatively to what we expect from Riot, we always expect the worst from them. And this, comparatively in price to the other Ultra Edition stuff, RES costs more, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Elder Flame costs more. You know, somebody fact check me on this. This is somehow cheaper than those 2 bundles, and this does more than both of those 2 bundles. So again, just a huge W in my most humble opinion, but I would like to know what you guys think about the Aura by OneTap bundle. What do you rate this out of 5? What do we miss with this? What should we be looking at in particular with this? What are the highlights of this? I would love to know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for still letting me into your homes. I really appreciate you, truly. As always, I'm Justin, and you're not. Like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new.